What's good, TikTok? Be prepared. This marks the start of the takeover, y'all. Me and my friends are coming for TikTok. I'd watch out. If you know what's good for you, you follow us. Let me get my invites out to my co-host that's going to be joining here. She's a feisty one, to say the least, folks. Bear with me as I learn to navigate this. Matthew Brown, I believe that's Baracus, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, sir? Thank you for joining, man. You're first in. Suni joined. Excellent. Let me get this out to Layla. Suni, I think you got to click the little multi-guest thing down at the bottom. There's like a pink and a blue character. I don't think I can invite you in. At least I don't know how to. Let me know if that gives you trouble. We'll figure it out. Let me get this out to Layla real quick before I forget. What's up, everybody? Where are you joining from in the world? How's things looking over here on TikTok? All right, propaganda flint, got that out. 2 of your friends are live. Invite them to go live together. I'm on my computer. Thanks, Suni. What's up, Shelly? Thanks for joining. Yo, Suni. All right, let me see if I can get you in. Maybe this. Multi-guest. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is weird to navigate sometimes. 14 people in here watching. Bear with us. It's going to get better from here. There she is. What's up, girl?
I made spicy tacos and I have no tortillas. I'm like so annoyed.
Dude, I've done that before. Have you ever made them where you're like, I don't know if you're like me, but I use like the packaging from the store for my seasoning. I'm like halfway through making the
Never
tacos.
mind.
Nice. That's a game changer. You ever make them and they're like halfway through and you're like, oh shit, I don't have the seasoning. This is totally just a bunch of ground meat.
Yeah. Yep.
That's happened to me more than once, more than I care to admit. All right, so we got our Instagram people starting to fill in. What's up,
What up, IG people?
user 24805? What's up, Rain? What the? It's a weird username, girl. I get it. You're a pretty lady, though. You want to be discreet. Hey, is my background black, or does it look legit at all? It's a little
I
too
like
big.
it. It's pretty dope. It's pretty
Yep.
dope.
All right, cool. I just threw it
Yeah.
together real quick for us.
He says Saturday night shit talk show. Women's rights to vote. Okay. This is probably going to bring a whole lot of different people in.
I can only hope. I introed us. Watch out, TikTok, if you know what's good for you, because we're coming. This is the start of the takeover. Can Suni be enlarged? I'm trying to figure that out, Matt. I can't. I feel so weird calling you anything but
Nah, you
Baracus.
can't do that on here. It's not the same as IG.
Yeah, it's kind of weird like that. But we got 50 people in here right now. What's up, y'all? So those of you in the chat
What
that are
up?
paying
What up? What
attention,
up? What up?
look at the topics up here, people in the chat. Vote now. You want us to start with 1, 2, or 3? Type of 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. Which one are we starting with? Women were given right to vote only because the government wished to tax the other half of the population. That's not exactly
Hey, I
inaccurate. Yep, that's not exactly untrue. Also, double whammy, get the mothers out of the home so that the government raises the kids at school.
Yeah, that's when public schools started to come into effect.
Dude, Rockefeller took over this country in one foul swoop. He got the medical industry, he got the education system, he pushed women's right to vote. All of these things were Rockefeller funded endeavors, and they were all at the same time. That's not even conspiracy theory, that's a fact. You're kind of cutting out, girl. Are you talking?
Money. Exactly. Women should have just remained at home raising children because that's the best place for us to be. I don't disagree with you.
Yo, after some heated discussions we've been having with some women on Instagram lately, folks, I'm starting to feel it too. It's hard to deny. Women, maybe, I love them, but, you know. How would you say it, Suni, as a female? I'm going to throw you under the bus. It's your movement, so.
This one, man, anybody?
Well, I just don't want to misquote it. I'm sure I'm going to speak if I try to define it.
So, okay, what's your question? Because I didn't hear it.
Well, you know, I was gonna actually let's hold that off for a second because the chat is voting right now. It seems like 3 is the answer. So Right to bear arms. You cool with starting off with that topic, Suni?
Sure, let's do that.
All right. Where do you stand on the right to bear arms?
I think that that's a non-negotiable. I don't think there should be any limits on what we can carry as citizens because specific that specific right was for us to fight against a tyrannical government. And how can we fight against that if we are? That's for you right there. Sorry, that's for y'all. Eat that. Um, how can we fight against tyranny if we don't even have the same weapons as them?
Yeah, no
Like,
chance.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not. The right to bear arms is not to protect us. It's not to hunt, and it does both of those things excellently, by the way. It is to prevent the government
Right.
from encroaching on the people. So therefore, any government regulation of firearms is literally unconstitutional because it's a conflict of interest. The government can't regulate our right to bear arms because we have our right to bear arms to regulate the government.
Right.
I would love to hear
I
another
feel like
argument.
that's a known, or it should be a known fact that that is what that right is for. But I think it's been a change over time because you mentioned people like to bring up defense of self and defending your home and hunting, but that's not what it says.
Yeah, it
You
does
read
both.
it.
Go on, go on. Sorry, there's maybe a little bit of a lag here for a second. If I interrupt you, my bad.
Okay. No, if you read it, it doesn't mention protecting yourself or homes. It says you have the right to bear arms. I'll pull up the actual thing so we can all look at it.
I believe it's pretty cut and dry. It says the right to bear arms shall not be infringed, period. No buts, no exemptions for any, period. Because the government can't regulate our right to bear arms because, again, we have our right to bear arms to regulate the government.
Right.
It's a conflict of
It was a
interest.
constitutional amendment that gave women the right to vote. Boo, they need to take it away.
That in mind, repeal the 19th. The 19th Amendment is the very amendment you're talking about that gave women the right to vote. And my homegirl Suni here is a proud proponent of, founding member of Repeal the 19th movement. She doesn't believe that women should have the right to vote. She believes it's causing them a whole mess. And after being co-hosting on a few lives with her on Instagram, trying our best to, talk to women and hear out where they're coming from and whatnot, I was joking around having fun with Suni about the repeal the 19th thing, but man, she might not be too far off base, people. Some of these women, they can't be helping our situation. Oh, Nikki sent a rose. Thank you, dear.
When people say, "Can you give me a reason or what's your argument?" The argument is very simple. Women are more emotional than men. We're more illogical. We vote for more government funding. Those are things that we're fighting against right now because we see what happens when you get the government involved. And then some women will say, well, it's not all women. Those women will get on and make my argument for me, which is why I like saying repeal the 19th. Because I don't have to say anything. They get on and show why they shouldn't be able to vote.
Yeah, yeah. And the best, I think, point that you always bring up that just really helps bring perspective, you're like, so hypothetically, let's say that you giving up your right to vote would be undeniably a good thing for the country, good thing for America. Would you do it? Most of the time, it's a telling answer. They say, no, of course not.
Why would
What?
I do that?
So you're gonna vote. You're gonna vote us into hell rather than give up your right to vote to live in heaven.
Yes.
That's what I hear when they say that. Shelly sent you a mic. I don't know what that means.
My mic?
Shelly sent you a mic. I guess it's like a gift. I don't know how TikTok works. This is a weird environment.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the gifts. So the right to bear arms was passed by Congress September 25th, 1789. It was ratified 1791. Right, and it says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a what? There's a key word here. A free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So we have these weapons to keep a free state. Some states aren't free. Let's just
Right.
be real.
Some countries aren't free. Australia, Canada, we're learning that now. And people used to give us shit in America. Oh, you guys are gun nuts. Well, do you see why we found them to be very important? Now that y'all are going through what you're going through, literally NWO or the globalists, whoever you want to call the superpowers of the world, have their hands on your pants and they're taking it off and putting it in your butt anytime you want. And there's not a gosh darn thing you can do about it if you live in those countries.
Right?
You're gonna take it, and they
All
know it.
states are free. How are all states free? I would love to know how that's a thing.
All states are free. Yeah, if you guys have 1,000 followers, feel free to cam up, request, bring it to my attention if you do. Um, but yeah, you mean all states in the United States are free? We'd love for you to elaborate on that.
Yeah, you need to elaborate on that today.
Big Rome says, Cali fucking sucks. I'm not sure about my language here on TikTok. Cali fucking sucks. I'm literally starting trial for using my firearms to defend my life. Bro, how about that one guy? Two young hoodlums run into a store trying to jack him, and I guess he was like martial arts trained. It looked like he pulled out a knife and he ended up stabbing the one kid, and the kid might have died for all I know. It was bad, but that guy's now being brought up on murder charges and stuff. It's like you can't even defend yourself in some of these states. All
All
U.S. states. Go ahead. Go ahead.
all states fall under all U.S. states fall under the same U.S. Constitution. All states don't adhere to that Constitution. I think that much is evident given what we have seen in the last four. Actually, let's be honest. It's been since the inception of America, but we really had our rights violated when the Patriot Act came out, right after 9/11. So I agree. We have the Constitution, but that Constitution is not adhered to by states. They're just not. Governors, mayors, they step all over the Constitution, and so does the Fed. They
Also,
step all over
federally,
it.
well, the federal rules do kind of tell the states what they can and can't do. However, they were never intended to heir to the federal power. The states are supposed to have the individual powers to basically decide as more or less individual countries of their own. So to heir to the federal being the almighty, that's not how the Constitution was meant.
Right. Which states? Well, California, they have a shit ton of red flag laws, unconstitutional. New York, Florida, North Carolina,
What were
just
the
to
red
name a
flag
few.
for the audience? What are red flag laws again? Like if you have mental health or
Red flag laws are laws that pretty much your neighbor or someone around you can report you to police, and you have to go in front of a judge to prove that you are mentally stable enough to have weapons. So
unconstitutional
anybody
law.
can report you,
Yeah,
right? Which leaves your fate in the hands of a judge.
right.
And who knows if that judge is pro 2A or against it? That's it's technically it's not fair.
I had to defend myself in a court of law. I refused to take the public defender, and it was scary. It was rough. I wouldn't put my freedom, my rights to bear arms in any judge or any court's hands. You don't want to be doing that. And again, it's unconstitutional.
Exactly.
The Constitution forbids it. And if we should make clear, guys, we respect no other authority than the United States Constitution. No globalists or anybody
That's
else
true.
coming in here redefining things and coming up with these United Nation agreements and shit. We don't acknowledge that authority. That usurps the United States Constitution's authority. So we don't acknowledge it. She's,
If I had 1,000, I'd come up.
we'll get you up here. We'll get you up here in no time, man. This is the TikTok takeover, people. It's good to see all our Instagram people over here. It's almost like eerie in a good way.
I know.
I see Liddell was out there. Nay's out there. Yeah, Patrick, Nikki,
But you can see the
Shelly.
winner.
Yeah, at the top right corner,
Oh
if you see the
no.
number of people, click that, and it'll tell you everybody in here. Hard Josh.
Josh is here. What up, Josh?
Yeah. If I haven't followed any of you guys by the end of this, that I know, like, make sure that you follow me so I can follow you back. Don't worry about it. I like that username.
Now, I would be really interested in someone coming up here improving that we're wrong about this. I'm more interested in people who are against us having the same weapons as the military. Like, why?
Didn't Joe Biden say something like, your right to have an assault rifle isn't going to help you against the United States nukes and stuff like that? It's like, bro, you're
We
making
did.
our argument for us. You can't ban anything. If you guys have nukes, these citizens have the right. The government is, every government in history has the capability and the likelihood of becoming incredibly tyrannous, tyrannical, well more dangerous than any individual citizen could ever dream to become. And that's what the founding fathers realized, and that's why they made right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Period. Period. No government can get involved in
And
that.
this is a bipartisan. I hate that word, but this is a bipartisan issue because there are Democrats that don't waver on their 2A. Not every Democrat is a socialist. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, there are still some left with brains. Exactly. They will be tyrannical if we let them. That's the inherent problem with all governments. And that was the genius that the founding fathers of the United States realized. All governments become more tyrannical and encroach on the people more over time, serve them less. So we need to do everything we can to foresee that occurring and eliminate the possibility of it. That's what they tried to do with the Constitution. And they did a pretty damn good job, if you ask me. Quite an ambitious goal, anyways.
I agree.
There's been nothing else ever conceived like it in all of man's history. And this is the part I love about the Constitution. Every other government on earth ever has always erred to protecting the state at the expense of the individual citizen. The United States Constitution erred to protect the individual citizen at the expense of the state. And that's a revolutionary concept. No one individual will be encroached upon their God-given unalienable rights to benefit the state. No. The individual reigns supreme over the state. And that's why it's the most revolutionary document that was ever conceived. Shelley said, we're tolerating them slowly chipping away at our 2A. It will be too late when it's at our doors. Shelley, that's an interesting point. And some of my more nefarious friends from the neighborhood always like to bring up, and this is a reasonable argument, if you're a registered gun owner, if you're a law-abiding gun owner, then you don't have the right to bear arms. The government knows you have them, and they can come take them off you anytime they want, or manipulate you into giving them up. For instance, like threaten to, punish you as a parent, take your kids away, all kinds of things, and you're going to give them up because they know you have them. So, hypothetically, theoretically, if you really, really wanted to have all your bases covered, you might want to have a couple ghosts.
Sorry.
That's all I'll say. No, you're fine, hon. What are you doing over there? Being a mother? Getting all distracted doing motherly work? How dare you?
Yeah. Shit. A woman in her natural habitat. Why are they buying so much ammo for the IRS? Why are they saying you got to be armed? Because they're coming for money. You don't
Because they're
pay
coming
it.
to get all of you guys and us. And they're taking your
Yeah,
money. And
that
if you don't
PP,
like it,
look, the PPP loans, or I think what are the PPE loans, whatever they are, all the loans that they were giving out during COVID, all you scammers are we getting those loans? You going to jail.
yeah. How many
Are
people did they
going
hire?
to jail.
48,000? Like a ridiculous amount. Tens of thousands of new IRS
70,
agents.
78,000.
What the? Dude, if this doesn't tell you what they're trying to do, IRS, Internal Revenue Service, is unconstitutional in itself also. And they'll tell you that if you don't pay your taxes and stuff like that, then you're a terrorist, you're a traitor to the state. Guess what? The IRS in itself is a terroristic traitor to the state. So the fact that they're hiring 70,000 some people to be armed and trained. Did you see some of these fat idiots that were going through this ridiculous training? I thought it was a troll. I thought that was a joke video. The IRS agents,
No,
like, there's a clip of them that's kind of viral
no.
right now. Well, it's about, like, just imbecilic, not fit, not trained looking people at all. Like, literally, like, you'd go in a grocery store and pull out a bunch of random mom and dads and, like, put them in this spot.
Wow.
And they're, like, training them to be IRS agents and, like, raid people's houses at gunpoint and tell them, like, we're Internal Revenue Service agent. And, yeah, it's real, folks. It's coming.
So they bought $700,000 worth of ammo.
Bruh.
That's how much well, it's this. It's not just the Senate; it's the House and the Senate, Congress, which means Republicans signed off on this.
Sure they did
And if
because
you're a Republican voter, then you need to really be questioning your representatives as to how and why.
great point. That's something Sunni and I should clarify up here, folks. If we sound on the surface like we're some Republicans or something like that, not your typical Republican over here, folks. I'm not even a Republican. I don't think Sunni aligns with them either. Independent. I don't believe they're any better than the Democrats. In fact, I would maybe make an argument that I respect Democrats more because at least, you know, they're wicked and they do all this evil shit, but they actually get shit done. Republicans don't do shit. They claim to have all these principles and morals, but they accomplish nothing. The Democrats at least know how to accomplish their nasty ways. I can respect that even more than the incompetent
That's
Republicans.
true, though. That's facts.
Like it's like if you're an evil asshole, but
So,
you tell me that to my face, I can work with you. It's like, all right, he's an evil piece of shit, but I can still do business with him, still make that work. But if you're like telling me one thing to my face, sweet talks and all this stuff, like you're my friend, and then you do the exact opposite, or you do nothing towards that behind my back, I can't work with you. That's how I feel the Republicans are.
yeah, that's not to get off topic because it all ties into the right to bear arms and the IRS. Is anyone going to come up and debate? They have to have 1,000 followers. I'm sure there are people. The people that disagree, those are the people that I want to talk to. I don't know if they're in here or not.
I'm looking through my list. Some
I
people
don't
I'd
know.
maybe send. Yeah, I doubt it, Liddell. I'd be impressed if they did, but yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath for that necessarily. Let's send out, share this live, y'all, if you don't mind. Send it to anybody who might take the bait and want to jump up here with us. I'm looking through my list right now. Fuck around and find out. Username checks out. He probably won't have much disagreement. Not gonna say that to him. But yeah, okay. So let's move on to another topic. Ladies, are single ladies independent? I don't need no man leading the way, or are they lost? Sunni, any thoughts on that?
Women are out of order. I think there needs. I was just talking to my husband about this. I said, "Hey, would you be opposed to just like hitting the mute button on women?" And he was like, "No."
Bro, I do it in my head all the time. Just to be real, like a lot of time, I do that in my head. I'm like, oh shit, you were talking. She's like, you weren't listening to me. I'm like, of course not. I don't even think you're listening to yourself half the time you're saying all this.
He said, "Of course not."
Were you listening to everything you just said? Because it was a bunch of bullshit. I hope you weren't.
No, they're
Tyler,
lost but don't realize it. I think most Tyler Blutman. Hey, cam up, Tyler.
just bless us with a high, bro.
I,
Tyler's a legend out here on TikTok.
I think most. I think most women realize that they're out of pocket and out of order. I do. I do. I swear they do. Women aren't stupid. Women are just purposely ignorant.
Hey yo, y'all are on
Yo, bro.
TikTok right now. What's going on?
Why, man? What's up, Brody?
What's happening, man? Yeah, there's some shit going on. I was just in this live with some shit going on. Just some black supremacists, man. It's wild.
Oh man, I want to join the black supremacists. Dang.
Well, the black supremacy shit is over. Now it's just the aftermath of, bro, they were calling white people pigs. Um they're not really like fully human. To engage in sex with them is bestiality. Oh man,
Wow.
shit was wild. Shit was crazy.
Amazing. Can you invite any of them over here, bro?
That's just done. They're on a big live right now where they're going about it and like discussing their feelings. I don't care about people's feelings, so I kind of just left.
That's why Sunni and I started this live tonight.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah,
don't
bro.
care about nobody's fucking
Yeah.
feelings. Um,
Fuck your
women's
feelings.
right to vote, trash.
Thank you.
Ladies leading or lost. I don't know what that means,
Are they
but
leading the way, the single ladies, or are they lost?
um,
Independent ladies, I should have said.
independently, I don't like that whole phrase, independent ladies. Anyway,
Oh shit, Layla's here.
Layla,
Cam up, Layla.
who is Layla?
Propaganda fluent.
Oh, look, all of you peeps from fucking Instagram coming up. We got Liddell over here. We got
Yeah.
Shelly over here. Um, Nikki. Nikki comes on TikTok every once in a while, though.
Yeah, bro. We
So
were just
every
on
time
IG.
you see me, so every time I see you live, Tyler, it's when you're not there anymore.
Yeah, also, I got 8 accounts. So you got to follow all 8 of my accounts because I never know which one I'm going to be on because one of them I'll get banned on. So then I got to switch to another one.
Bro, Tyler, honestly, it's impressive watching you get like 1,000 followers for a new account every time I turn around.
Oh, well, that's impressive because I buy them. So,
I knew you
like,
did, but like that's still resourceful, bro. That's awesome.
yeah. I just put $6 out there and just buy them.
Did you get?
So
Hey, Liddell, that's how you do it.
Um,
Can you hook Liddell up with somebody? He wants to get over 1,000 so he can come on with us.
yeah, man.
Beautiful. What's up,
Uh,
Layla?
Steve Harmon, you got a Discord?
you talking about my Discord?
Yeah. What is it? What's the name of it?
Oh, my Discord is the most lit. It's in my bio. Like if you hit the link of my thing, you'll go there.
No BS.
All right, I got you. I'm
Tyler's
gonna
Discord
join.
is seriously
Yeah,
popping
my
off
my
every time I stop in.
dude, my shit gets popping, bro.
There's like 10 to 20 people in there voice chatting, and he ain't even one of them most of the time.
My shit gets wild, bro.
Yeah, man, you're organizing your own little thing over there. I see you, bro. What's
I
up?
go in there and I stir the pot every once in a while just to make sure that people are still like debating and getting triggered, and that's it.
Ooh,
I
so if
like.
I come in there and say repeat of the 19th, will they get triggered?
You should go in there and say the N word with the hard R. I do it every once in a while. Actually, not even every once in a while.
Ooh,
I do it every day. So
which TikTok is you on? Which one? The one you're on now?
on the what?
Which
So yeah,
TikTok?
it'll be in this one too.
Suni, after this live, if you
Okay.
haven't found it, I'll help you. I'll help you get. We'll get in there.
All right.
I put my headphones
Yeah,
on.
yeah. If you don't find it, I'll shoot you the like. I'll just like share it to you.
Oh, I see it. Join my Discord. Hey.
Become a Bluntarian.
Yeah, Bluntarian ethics, man. It's the way to go.
What are Bluntarian ethics, if you could sum them up?
Yeah, Bluntarian ethics is just it's basically my cult, right? So I'm creating a cult.
I said that I didn't
I'm
want to
just,
use. I
I'm
was like,
just,
I don't want to use
creating,
that word, but he's kind of created a cult over there.
I'm just creating a cult, man, of like-minded people. To where like if shit goes down, that they're my human shields. They're my human shields, man.
Bro, you're awesome. You rally the troops to like
When the
brave
government
people's
comes for
lives.
me, my Bluntarians, they jump in front of the bombs, man.
Regulators, mount up.
They sacrifice themselves. No, I'm just playing. No, Bluntarians, man. It's just like I just came up with it as a name. It's just like just all like the best arguments for like the best like debates and stuff. We like kind of share. We share like the best arguments for like certain topics.
So I could put the hard ER in here.
Oh, you can say anything in there. I say the hard ER every day.
I'm about to put it in there.
So Layla,
Oh, wait,
welcome.
wait, wait. You don't want to put it in text. You don't want to put it in the text because that'll get removed. But like if you get into the
What?
voice chat, if you see people in there like debating in the voice chat, you could just say it in there in the voice chat.
Junie, by the way.
What's up, Layla? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear
Tyler's
you.
bestie.
So Tyler was just saying that.
Yo,
Those are some big ass headphones.
Yeah, they're the
I know
Max
they look like
headphones.
ET.
They're the Apple
Those look like
Max
fucking like
headphones.
earmuffs. What the fuck are those?
They're actual headphones. They're
Are you
like,
about to go? Yo, are you about to go snowing in the Alpines? Like where the fuck?
no, this is what headphones used
You
to
about to
look
go
like before
skiing?
we got our earbuds. This is like the
Oh, is
old
that
school throwback that Apple created.
Uh,
okay?
Yeah.
Yo,
I
you
actually,
look like a black. Are you a black pick me?
Um.
Are you a pick me, man?
mm, I
Are
don't
you a
think
race
so.
trader?
Oh. Mm.
go ahead, Layla. Don't hold back. Say what you feel.
Oh.
This nigga, bro.
Seriously, don't hold back. We're here to take over TikTok. So They got it
Take
here sooner or
over
later.
TikTok.
Yeah, you look
Take
like
over
you look like
TikTok.
you look like one of those white black people. You know what I mean?
Well, I would
Yo,
definitely
Or you want to?
say that being mixed race gives you that look for sure.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were saying something
people are
about black
tolerant.
supremacists. What's that mean? They're just like white supremacists, but black people.
Yeah, they're just racist.
But
Um,
just
they
have
just they,
no
they believe
founding
in
for it. They're not
they
actually
just
better
believe in
than anything.
eliminating like white people. It's really weird, man. Dude, I
Hmm.
find a lot of those people from like that those fucking black Israelites, bro. You ever come across the black Israelites, man?
Yeah, bro.
Those people are radical.
They're tough. Yeah, yeah.
Those motherfuckers believe that black people are the chosen people and that whites are like just devils, man. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. But somehow, like, they're responsible for having created white people in their lore, from what I understand. I don't know. It's all. I don't
In their
understand it.
lore. In their lore,
I don't
like they
understand none
have
of it.
scrolls.
They say they're the original Jews, but somehow they ended up here, and then like all the rest of them aren't anywhere else in the world. I don't know. I don't follow
Yeah,
them at all.
I don't subscribe to that thought either.
Yeah, I don't know if claiming to be like Jewish is like a flex anyways. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you could
mean,
have that.
I'm
Oh
not trying
my
to be
god.
I'm not trying to be anti-Semitic here. I'm just saying, like, those motherfuckers betrayed Jesus, so you know it is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. They
Them,
became.
It's a
mo-
huge
I like it.
flex.
them motherfuckers betrayed Jesus, bruh. So
They don't get kicked out of every country on earth for no reason, I guess, right?
Romans may have carried out that sentence, but it was definitely the Jews that betrayed him. So
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, I don't want to get too deep, but I think I read in the Talmud, which is one of the Jewish things, like they want Jesus to be burning in shit in hell, like literally.
whoa,
Yeah, yeah. They believe he existed. They call him like a false prophet and want him to burn in hell and shit.
it's a little wild, man.
Oh,
Hey, it's their religion. I'm just reporting it.
that's mean.
That's me. That's one way to put it. Oh shit! I think I got some heat
Um,
lightning here. Oh my shit, this one.
yeah, that's crazy. That's
So
crazy.
yeah,
All right, so so I'm gonna tell you the big topics that are going around now. It'll help you later in the future to get people into the live stream. Um,
Yeah.
Andrew Tate is big right now. Andrew Tate is the big. I haven't even looked into Andrew Tate that much, but he's like the big
I
topic. He's
I
the
kind of
big
like him.
topic right now.
I kind of like him.
I love Andrew Tate, bro. He's my shit.
It's like he's a big thing going around, especially with leftists saying he's misogynist, and I haven't looked into him, so I don't know. But that's
I
big.
saw him on
So,
InfoWars like in 2020, early 2020. I was like, who is this dude?
yeah, so
And
if you
Ty,
put
where?
Andrew Tate, if you put like Andrew Tate like as a topic in the background, that's something. Um,
Oh my god.
abortion is always a hot topic. What's another big thing going on right now? Um, yeah, anything that has to do with like transgenderism or not trans like
Ugh.
LGBT stuff, like that's always going to be like big gender shit. Um, yeah,
I'm writing this
those
shit
are big
down, man.
things. But Andrew Tate is definitely like number one right now. That's what everyone's talking about.
Ty, you would super respect him. So he set out to take over TikTok, and literally he can't. He made it in a way he can't be canceled basically because he doesn't even have a TikTok account. But he's the most TikToked guy ever. He had more Google searches last month than Donald Trump and Kim Kardashian combined, and he didn't even
Yeah, the
have an
only thing
account.
that I know about him or that I've heard is that he lives out of the country,
He lives
but
in
like
Romania,
Romania.
yeah,
he's like a millionaire or something, and
self-made,
he's like
yeah.
he's self-made. He like was poor and then like became like rich.
His dad was a chess grandmaster, from what I hear. So he's smarter than people give him credit
Yeah,
for.
I know people were upset. Someone was saying that they were upset because he said that he prefers like 19-year-olds in the world. Where I was just like, because like they don't have any like bad habits or something, and I was just like, look, man. I mean, I personally am not into like 19-year-olds. It's not my thing. I think that they're stupid. Like the more young that they are, but. I mean, you are an adult. Like, if dude is 30 or whatever and wants to engage with a 19-year-old, I mean, as long as she's like it's consensual, man, she's a fucking adult. So why are we
Exactly.
bitching? I don't
I
get it.
think he's trolling half the time when he says stuff like that, anyways, and he does it to get these people going crazy, and it makes them go viral.
Yeah,
No, no, legit. He's trolling. Like he is just trolling for attention. Like he wants attention. I don't
Well,
think he's that bad.
he's brilliant at it. Look at him; he's
Yeah,
literally taking over everywhere. You can't avoid him.
because
He doesn't even have an account.
He used to go off on like the lockdowns and all that stuff, but that wasn't getting him attention until he started talking about, oh yeah, like women, blah blah blah. Then he got attention.
He said something
Yeah,
hilarious. He's like, I'm trained in CPR, but
people are saying
I
that
wouldn't
he's
give
like
it to a man.
people are saying that he's like a different kind of version of like, not even like a version, but they're kind of comparing him to like Kevin Samuels.
He is kind of that caliber, but he's a lot more like
Articulate.
very articulate. But he's also like kind of like embraces being like misogynist or whatever. You know,
Like
he's
an
in control.
asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's a massage.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I mean, I don't believe in, but yeah, he plays that role up really well. He knows what he's doing.
Well, that's fine. I mean, whatever.
He said that like he took over Twitch in one time. This kid Aiden, he's a big Twitcher, I guess, kept like trying to get him to go on. So he's like, all right, I'll join you. He took it over. He became viral within that like one podcast. Everybody's still talking about it. Everybody's trying to get him on their stuff again. He said something stupid about how women don't drive as well as men, and a bunch of like simps on there, little soy boys got all bent out.
Wait, so
what's
wrong with saying that women don't drive as well as men? Why is that?
Exactly, Ty. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's just stirring it up. Yeah, that's all he said. And a bunch of like white knights came to these women's rescue, coming at him and stuff. But he just punks them all more and more, and they're just making him more famous. And yeah, he's pretty brilliant if you ask me.
I think it's for attention. I would do the same thing if I knew I would get like attention. I would totally become vilified if I knew it would get like that much clout off of it, and he didn't. So it worked.
You have a pro-choicer in your Discord? Holy shit!
I have a what? What'd you say, Sonny?
There's a pro-choice lady in your Discord.
Oh no, my Discord is open, so there's a lot of pro-choices in there.
Holy shit! Oh man.
Yeah, I leave it open. Like I let all the ops come in and everything, man.
That's the way to go.
I'm with the smoke, bro.
Yeah, we know that. Joe Mama, who this? Thanks for joining. What brings you up here, Joe Mama?
Joe Mama.
Joe Mama, you deaf?
Who you talking to?
I brought some dude in named Joe Mama, but I'm gonna kick him.
Do you think women are out of pocket propaganda?
Do I think that women are? Oh, she's talking propaganda.
What?
Do you think women are out of pocket?
I think that they're responding to him, and they're just like reacting how everybody assumed they would react.
Yeah.
Hey, propaganda. Do you think that women are like equal to men?
I think that women don't really
What's up, Pat?
look out for their best interests
What's up, my
a lot of
dude?
the time, which is
Say that
sad.
again?
I think women don't really look out for their best interests.
Their own best
You
interests.
don't think they do?
Can I make a
I
point
don't
on this
think
real
they
quick?
do.
For
Yeah,
real?
if
Hold on.
Layla's done, yeah, go
What
ahead.
makes you say that?
I just want to make a point on this, like with like this kind of why I hopped in. So I just wanted to ask, what kind of propaganda is in regards to women are you guys talking about? Are you guys talking about like modern feminism or whatnot?
Yeah, the modern, strong, independent, I don't need no man kind of one.
Okay, so here's my take on that. So the reason women fall for this propaganda so easily is because the way it works is it plays on emotions, right? So when you trigger an emotional response from someone, whether it be anger, sadness, fear, whatever, you can actually control and manipulate them in some aspects. So these women are being tricked into believing that they're acting kind-hearted and in good nature to protect women, when in actuality, it's the exact opposite. So they fall for it because essentially they're, manipulated through their own kindness.
Kill them with kindness.
A lot of well-intended white people, same thing happened to them with BLM. Like, BLM supposedly came through my town one time. Me and my homies were sitting on the porch, and we were all looking at each other like, do you see any black people in this crowd? It was just all white people, like middle-class white people, well-meaning and stuff, but their emotions are being used to play them.
Sunny, another thing I forgot to tell you is that, real quick, is that in the Discord, there's a channel, I have a channel there called Current Live Streams, and like people post like links in there for TikTok debates that are going on, so you could just like go in there and then just be like, oh shit, here's a live, you hit it, and then just request to get in there, and then like
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and then just
Okay.
fucking debate people. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Anyway, yo, so do you guys know who this guy Pact is? This motherfucker gets canceled like a lot.
Bro, if you're saying
I have
Been
that,
no clue.
canceled.
my
Yeah.
God,
Pact gets canceled a lot, man.
to hear
Oh,
that
I've
from
been
Tyler.
canceled. I've been canceled since like 2019. Once you get canceled once, good. You can't
Yeah,
cancel
man.
greatness.
This man gets canceled like more than I do, bro. He gets canceled a lot.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Because they don't like. Okay, so the way it works is like literally. Are you guys familiar with Plato's allegory of the cave?
No.
Sure.
So like when you so Plato's allegory of the cave. I'll like summarize it short and sweet for you guys. It's like Plato. It's in the Republic. Basically, what it is, it's just like this allegory. So it's like this like metaphor for reality or life, right? Where essentially there's three prisoners chained up from birth in a cave, staring at this wall, and on the wall there's shadows being projected. There's a fire behind them, and there's people like controlling the projections. They're showing like trees, horses, and all they see is the shadows and the outlines on the wall, right?
But that's their
And that's their
reality.
reality. That's their reality to them, right? So they live in that, and that's all they know, and that's their world, and they stare at the wall, and they think that that's life to them. Basically, what happens is one of the prisoners breaks free and follows this light at the very end of the cave, and breaks out and sees the trees, and sees the horses, and sees reality, and sees the depth and the vivid, and the imagery and the beauty of like real nature and whatnot. Goes back in the cave to save the other prisoners. Tries to tell the other prisoners. The other prisoners become irate and they become violent. They try to attack the prisoner because they think that he's believing that he's spewing nonsense, that it's lies, that the cave wall. So they're staring at the shadows.
Yeah, I get it.
Basically,
It just seems like you're breaking out of the Matrix. I get it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
yeah,
The Matrix is a good analogy.
it is literally it's the inspiration for the Matrix. It's the basis for the Matrix.
Yeah, that's basically it, man. You either like want to inform yourself and distrust what you hear in the mainstream, or you want to believe it. It's the red pill or the blue pill. It's that simple.
Essentially, yeah. And when you try to go and you spew like red pill knowledge to blue pill people, it's like they become irate, angry.
Yeah, no, that's facts, man.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And I'm starting to learn that it might also try to kick you to death for presenting you for doing it.
Dude, I got a joke that I've been working on this. So it's like you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And if you try to make it drink, then you're just at a watering hole, just fucking drowning a horse. And then next thing you know, you got a crowd of people around you with cell phones, and they're just like, "Oh my god, he's drowning this horse."
You gotta work it out, but I see where you got some. That's golden. That's good.
Yeah.
What is this BS? Big Mike, what you talking about? So Ty, any other tips you can
How
give
many
us?
people can you have?
I'm not sure, Leila.
Up to 6.
6?
Yeah,
Okay.
he can have 6.
But he'd have to switch
Or he
the
could-
layout to get 6.
Yeah, he can have one more. He can add one more in here.
Well, I do this, the grid, like this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
that's
let you add
better.
one more.
Look at me learning.
Never mind. You got. Hey, thanks for all the people sending me coins. What's happening?
What? People
Amazing.
send coins?
Hey,
I feel like my
Cindy.
arrival has been long awaited on TikTok. Is that what's happening?
Hey, don't shake me off your coattails when you go to the top. All right, I'm gonna be holding on for dear life.
I got you.
I'm
What's
glad to
up,
see you on
Unicorn?
TikTok. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. You know, got
Yo,
finally
Sonny, make
organized
sure.
my spice rack.
Yo, but Sonny, make sure you join my fucking Discord because dude, lit, man. It's so lit.
Dude, I'm already in it. I've already started messing with you.
Yeah, that's how
All right,
how she went in there and said the N-word immediately.
What?
See black.
All right, I'm gonna go fucking troll. I'm gonna go troll some people, but I'll circle back.
All right, bro.
Right back.
There was a live yesterday. There was a live that I was in yesterday where it was a very safe space environment where they were having a debate, and this one person, somebody was like they got triggered by the ninja emoji because I guess it's like fucking now it's like and like that's an N-word.
You gotta be kidding me.
And then
It's
everybody
racist toward ninjas. Didn't you know that?
yeah, exactly.
It's insensitive toward the ninja culture.
So basically, they
What?
they saw that they were getting upset, and they were like calling the host out. They're like, "There's people being racist in your comments, and you're not doing anything about it." And then next thing you know, all the fucking comments was just like ninjas, like it was like a ninja army. It's so funny.
That's awesome.
You know what?
That's hilarious.
I wonder if the animal emojis are like insensitive toward furries. Do you think that's a thing? I feel like that would be a thing. It's insensitive toward furries.
Well, whatever it is, I want to do it. Everybody, fuck your feelings. You shouldn't let anybody offend you. That's your power. You have that power within you. Nobody else does. So if you become offended and you're offendable, you're weak. You're manipulable.
Fucking amen. Stoicism that's like Stoic philosophy for a fact, right there. It's like you
I
can't
don't let
control.
anybody upset me ever because I don't care enough about what they think.
Me,
You
I
can't
like to be
control what happens to you,
insensitive,
but you
so
can
this
always
is my
control how you
emoji for
react.
the day. A guy in a wheelchair. There we go. I like
Well,
to be insensitive.
I heard a great quote one time. A man with no shoes was walking down the street feeling sorry for himself until he came across a man with no legs. Everybody can have it worse. You know, it's all relative. Don't be woe is me. I would never be a victim. I preach being a victor. Victor over victim mentality. Never be a victim.
Dude, fucking facts. I literally say the same exact shit all the fucking time.
You have that within your power. Nobody else has the power to make you a victim but you.
But that's literally, that has to do more with like, even like, that's all a whole mindset thing. And like, I try explaining to people too. It's like, if you want to be a victim, if you want to be oppressed, believe you're oppressed. Therefore, if you believe that, that's your reality. Your perspective shapes your reality. If you believe you're oppressed, you're oppressed. That's
Exactly.
plain and simple.
You're oppressing yourself too. That's the funniest, craziest part. You're
Yeah.
literally the only one oppressing you.
People are oppressed by their own thoughts, by their own minds.
Yeah, therefore, if you tell yourself, like we were talking about Andrew Tate, just to make it full circle, if you tell yourself, I'm the top G, I'm an ultimate alpha, guess what? That will manifest. It's called the placebo effect. It's very real. That's how they determine if new drugs are effective or not. They just test it against placebo. And placebo literally just means you're in your mind doing it.
Bro, I can't fucking see how people do not see what the fuck Andrew Tate is doing. How can people be so
I know.
stupid? Not
He's such a
understand.
genius,
So-
man. He's so genius. He saw all these idiots, and he couldn't have imagined it would go this masterfully. But
Okay, so here's my take on Andrew Tate.
He's
I
base.
like what he says sometimes.
That's it.
Sometimes he says some dumb shit. But when he's saying dumb shit, my whole theory is when he says inflammatory stuff, he's saying it on purpose just to piss people off.
He's trolling.
Just so they'll talk about him. Because
Yeah.
you can't believe some of the shit he says. You know what I mean?
Bro,
It's
he
just
don't even
so
have a
outlandish.
TikTok. He don't even have a TikTok account. He's the most tweeted, posted, clipped, mentioned person on TikTok, far and away.
Yeah.
He don't even have one. Name somebody who's had a campaign anywhere close to that level of success. They can't cancel him. He's genius. They can't cancel him. I don't have an account. You can't cancel me.
That's facts.
Genius. So say what you will. I'm not saying I agree with everything he says, but again, half the time I think he's just messing around, trying to trigger people, get them upset.
That's what I think
I
too.
think he
and
wants
they're falling for it.
attention.
He does want attention, and he's done a great
He
job
wants
achieving
money
it.
and he wants attention.
So I got
That's
a
all he's
question.
doing.
What does he say? What does he say that's not factual?
Oh, he says stuff about like, oh, if your
I mean, he said-
man cheats on you, you should stay with him because it's like really not that big a deal. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, he also said that if somebody was dying and they needed CPR, and he knew how to get CPR, he would.
If it was a man, he wouldn't do it because that'd be gay. I love it. That cracked me up, bro. That's when he won me over when I heard him say that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the most
triggered
real thing
so
he's
many
ever
people,
said.
but it's just him being hilarious.
That's the funniest
You know
troll
what?
ever.
You know what I find to be the most like amazing thing that he said, that like it makes a lot of sense, right? That like he looks for younger women, and when I say younger women, like, you know, like people are like, oh, what?
Of
He looks
age,
for
right?
younger women because like they hold more value because they have a less like of a body count, which
And
I
less
mean,
trauma, also less bad habits, less kind of things. Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense, right? And I don't understand. Like, he's not talking about like teenagers or whatever.
Right,
they are.
of
He's
age.
talking
We should be
about
clear about
people
that.
that are of age. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it makes no fucking sense.
If he's messed up, then we should redefine society's laws.
Like, he's a grown ass adult. He wants another grown ass adult. Like, I don't know what's wrong with that.
Nobody's business but his. And the other
What's
person.
wrong with it is it doesn't fucking fit this whole like what it does is it acknowledges human nature too much. Like there's inherent differences between man and woman, right? And he's hyperbolic
What is
on
a
that, right?
woman? What
Huh?
is a woman? I'm joking. I
I
said,
got
what is
hey, I
a
got a
woman?
great answer for that. XX chromosome. Boom,
An
done.
adult human
I would
female.
have said uterus, but that's just me.
That comes with the territory too. Yeah, that applies.
Yeah, but what I was just saying is like I think fucking he literally he's just hyperbolic about like he is the antithesis to the fucking modern feminist movement that's fucking poisoning society right now. So it's like he's just a relative reaction to what's floating around in the air right now, and it's like
He's embraced it.
he's not fucking saying crazy shit. A lot of times it's like men should protect women, men should be men, like focus on yourself, like focus on your hustle. Like it's not fucking bad advice. They hate him because he's not this woke feminist fucking cuck. Like everybody, you have to think the same. It's in this collectivist ideology. They don't want individuals. They want you to all be fucking brainwashed drones, trusting the science, fucking looking to your idols, your fucking, and they don't want you to make it. They want you to fucking look at the people who have make it to fucking guide
Can
you.
I say something a little controversial? So
Go
I
for it.
insist. Yes.
recently I have been like kind of talking to somebody, right? I used to hold this belief system that like, I'm my own woman, whatever. But now, like, bro, I'm almost convinced that like women belong to men. Like
Amazing.
like I want to be owned by a man. Like I do.
Base.
Amazing. Expand on that though, if you will. Like in all seriousness, what do you mean
Oh,
by that?
like in all seriousness, like I want to, okay, like honestly, I believe that men and women both need each other because there are things that men can do, right? Then there are
Facts.
things that women can do, and like we shouldn't just like be like, oh, well, I can do this one thing and you can do this one thing. Instead, it should be like there's this inherent like natural ability to do this, right? So
Yeah.
like I should be able like I want to be at home and I want to be cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids. Like that's the kind of shit that I think that I should be able to do. Maybe have a part-time job once they go to school. But like ultimately like there are roles for a reason and it creates a structure in the household that is stronger for the children. Like I mean like legit.
Yeah.
Layla, any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I think the conversation is kind of pedestrian because a lot of these things are like obvious. Like, and it's like
Yeah.
talking about it overtly sort of takes the romanticism away. It just makes it like very basic. Like, duh, you want to be owned by somebody. Like, duh. Like, of
But Layla,
course.
think about
Well, no,
these
I
younger
think
kids. They don't have a clue. Like
that
they're
a
being
lot of
so
But
people
brainwashed.
okay,
No, I know. I
don't.
understand. And that's the
I'll tell you
problem. That's the problem.
so unicorns. I'll give you like a little bit of my perspective, right? So you said that you used to like be more like you fell for it for a while, right? You used to be more about equality and all that bullshit, right? And you
Well,
were
not
unhappy.
necessarily equality. I think I've always been like a second hand kind of person, right? Like I wanted like I've never had the ability nor like the confidence. Did you say you have a dog? My bad.
By the way, I don't mean to
Um,
interrupt, but Suni, I invited you back in, so let me know if you're not getting that, and I'll work it out. Sorry, go on.
Suni, how come everything doesn't like you? Instagram kicks you, TikTok's kicking you. What the fuck is going on, bruh?
Nope.
But like basically, um, when it comes down to it, like uh shit, I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Oh yeah,
I'm back.
like I used to not believe that like I
Hello?
sorry.
Hey, real quick, is it freezing for anybody else? Because Brock, as always, is trolling me hard, saying, "Can somebody else host?" But it's totally clear on my end.
I got it clear.
Oh, I
Yeah, I
hope
don't.
this is
Maybe it's
Brock so
freaking.
bad. I hope this is
Okay, now I
Brock's
can
shitty
hear.
Wi-Fi, not mine.
Yeah, he's got crappy Wi-Fi.
You got an Obama phone over there, Brock? What the?
You got that Biden Wi-Fi. But basically, when it comes down to it, yeah. So like, I've always had a second-hand mentality. I'm not like somebody that likes to lead. I can if I need to. Like the father of my child was like a complete loser. He's a druggie. He's never even met our child. Like, he's just, so I had to boot him to the side and kind of like take over because he didn't have the ability to lead, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to lead. I can, but I would rather be more helpful and like do what I need to do to make a more productive household. But like, yeah, I don't want to lead. I can, but I don't want to.
Okay.
So how do women navigate that nowadays? Because I hear a lot of women admit this, and they all want a strong, confident, capable leader. However, I always ask them, do you extend to him the unquestioned authority to lead? Because sometimes there's going to be times where you can't just nag him and question him about every little freaking decision if he's trying to put those energies towards being the captain of the ship for you guys both.
Well,
That's
I think
wasted
that
energy.
like he has to assert his dominance, right? Like he has to prove, I guess, like not necessarily prove that he can lead, but like show that he has the leader or the qualities of a
He has to
leader.
keep the show running. He has to keep things
But
operating
how does he
smoothly
prove it if you
because
don't extend him some ability to do that? Is my question.
I mean,
Honest
like
question.
honestly, like the guy that I was recently talking to, like, I mean, like he asserted his dominance, and I was like, bruh, and then like I was like, yeah, okay, never mind, I'm good. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just like, I guess you could say like just the way that they act in general.
I guess where I was like leading at with my question is that like fucking when you're younger, it's easier to fall for like a lot of this like woke modern feminist bullshit, right? And like, but like
Mm-hmm.
as I've gotten older, what I've noticed is like women don't respect like. So I used to be a leftist, right? And I used to be more like passive, fucking like kind of like nice guy, right? And like I was never,
Beta.
I
Like
was a beta.
nice guys finish
I
last.
was never being respected by my partners and just fucking being walked all over and whatnot. And I was
They don't
always in
want that shit, man. They might say
fucking
that. They don't want that at all.
toxic, unhappy relationships. And then once I started fucking like, being a man and fucking growing up and like actually realizing what I want, it's like a lot of women like really want a man who's gonna actually like fucking put them in their place and take the lead and like literally be able
Fact.
to be able to like fucking like, make decisions and like call the shots and
And
like
not
actually get
pedestalize
shit done.
pussy.
Yes,
Young man, that's an
exactly.
important point. Have a purpose other than pussy. Stop chasing pussy like it's your purpose, man. And then, by the way, that'll get you pussy when you have a real purpose. But like, don't make that your life.
Facts.
That's not attractive to women. It's actually very off-putting. They don't want. They want you to have a purpose they can like believe in. They can be passionate about, support, and all that. They don't want it to be what's between their legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Yep.
attractive.
I mean, like sex is great and all, but
Well, sure.
but yeah, it's not until recently that I was like, yep, I definitely want to be owned by a man. Like I want to be the
You
motherfucker's
keep saying
property.
owned. Can you help us? What do
Yeah,
you
I
mean
want to be his
owned?
property. I don't care. Like that's just how I see it. Repeal the 19.
Damn. She down for
Oh
it.
shit. See?
He's like,
I love the SUNY references. She said property because you understand men don't love anything they don't own. Women
Oh,
need to grasp
exactly.
that
damn. I never
concept.
heard that. Wow.
They
That's
don't. If
If
facts.
it's
it's
not
not
theirs, they're not gonna.
theirs, if it's
Yeah.
not
That's
theirs, why should they give a fuck? Why should they even upkeep you, bro?
Well,
They're
you know
not
what they'll
gonna want
say?
to keep you
They'll
at home
say,
and let you take care of the kids.
well, they're going to say you're a controlling man if you want that and all that. I like to distinguish. I'm not
Ooh, I want
controlling.
to be
I'm
controlled.
territorial. I got a nice car with good locks on it and shit. But if I see some idiots trying to break in, I'm going to stop them.
Right?
God.
You know?
Like,
It's just
like it
territorial.
makes sense to me that like okay, like if I'm being annoying, I just want the motherfucker to be like, shut the fuck up.
Bitch, you're annoying the hell out of me. Please stop talking or I'm going to have to leave the house.
Facts, yes. I got put in a timeout the other day, so like, because I was being too annoying, and I'm fine with that. I understand. I was being annoying.
Dude,
I learned my
admit,
lesson,
deep down
but I'm
inside, did
still
that
not
turn
out
you
of
on?
timeout.
Time out. Now you're using another weird phrase. Did that turn you on deep down inside a little bit?
Yeah, I
Just
did.
see, yeah. These are the things that
I
young men
like.
and young women
Has
need to be
anyone
hearing.
does any
Go
does
ahead, Layla.
anyone know about the movie American Psycho?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has anyone
yeah.
seen American Psycho?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
been a
Yes.
long time.
Okay.
I haven't seen it in
Motherfucker's
so
a
long.
I
sociopath.
think I think that needs to be resurfaced because I think that a lot of people just like want that.
How so? What do you
Sociopaths,
mean?
Or they think
yeah,
they
they're
do.
attractive as hell.
So what do you mean by that? Because I haven't seen it in a long time. So what are you talking
Ooh,
about?
I got a good
Just
little
like
point to make on this.
just like to be with somebody who's, because the problem is that most people are having now is that guys are too emotional, and
That's
they're
Facts.
fair
very
enough.
like emotional, and so
Certainly.
it throws you off as a woman, and it makes you crazy,
It makes you have to wear the
and
pants, and then you resent that man for having to
yeah,
wear the
and they're
pants.
too emotional, and it's
Yeah,
like
like
then you're hearing about everything that they like ever.
I guess because
I
I've
don't know.
dated
It's
like
just
well,
too much.
emotional men, I've become a very
I agree
emotional
with you.
woman. So now that I'm like, or like, I, I was, I don't know, because he put me in timeout. Talking to like a non-emotional man, I'm like very emotional, and I'm like, damn it, okay, I need to calm the fuck down.
He
Like,
centers you. He balances the ship. Yeah.
yeah, he does. He keeps me in check.
I
Look, I say
guess
I say this to girls all the time. I can't take your feelings into consideration. I can't take anybody's in because I'm a problem-solving man. I got to go with facts, not even my own. I don't even have the luxury to consider my
no.
feelings. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry if I'm not.
Base.
If I'm
So
overlooking
what
your
like
feelings, it's not personal.
what propaganda was saying about like American Psycho and whatnot too? It's like I think that with this whole modern feminist ideology, right, and like this, men need to be like really going and leaning more towards Stoic philosophy, and like essentially being in control of their emotions and not being like just humans in general. Like this is like human
Yeah,
advice, you know what I mean? But
humans,
men
both women and men.
but men in particular, like being in control of your thoughts and your emotions, like realizing to separate your subconscious from your conscious actions, and your being able to step outside your like with American Psycho, right? So it's like what happens is like fucking Christian Bale's character, right, is you see the fantasies that he has, and you see him enact the fantasies, right? So it's like that reminds me of like this concept of from like this philosopher Carl Jung of the shadow side,
Yes,
where
sir.
essentially like we're all sociopaths and psychopaths to some extent, you know what I mean? It's just how we process and handle those thoughts and those emotions and those feelings, right?
How
As
you tame
to
them, how you explore the shadow. Yeah.
exactly right. So it's like, have you heard that Jordan Peterson quote? It's like, be an absolute beast, but learn how to control and tame the
Love Jordan
beast. It's
Peterson.
like
Yes, sir.
that's what men need to be working towards. Is like instead of lashing out and suppressing these emotions, it's actually processing them and managing them successfully so they don't fucking suffer as men do.
You should be an absolute monster and then learn how to control it. That's what Jordan Peterson
Yep.
says. Yep.
Yep.
Learn how to harness it. Because that's true that the monster men are what's needed. I don't ever like to be aggressive and shit, but I've had enough aggressions put on me in my life that I figured out that I can handle myself in those moments. And the key is to only ever use your aggression for justifiable like self-defense or protecting other people. Otherwise, you're going to go off the rails and become American Psycho.
I think more people need to
Yep.
do martial arts, honestly.
Great advice.
Like, we
Young
need
men
more
especially.
martial arts coming back. Like, that would help people get grounded because people aren't really grounded in their bodies and their minds can't ground, and then they're eating this bullshit. So they're
Great
just
advice.
like hormonal. Yeah, we need to bring back martial arts and make that cool again because it's not cool.
Hey, Andrew Tate's a world-renowned kickboxer, by the way.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so interesting. When I found out his dad was a grand chess master, I was like, oh man, that deepens the plot a little bit. He's not just some like misogynistic meathead like everybody makes him out to be. I should
Plans
actually
upon,
listen. I should check out.
what is that Dune quote?
Black.
Plans within plans or something?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's how it has to be. It has to be like levels to it.
All right, so Unicorn, this is going to come to you then. The first question up here. Women's right to vote. You
Bruh,
said
I
repeal the 19th?
already said repeal the 19th,
Just getting
motherfucker.
it on the record.
Real.
Just getting it on the record.
Oh my god.
I mean, more honestly though, like people hear that and are like, "Oh, this is so ridiculous. That'll never happen." But I've gotten more messages from women. They're like, "All right, I'm on board. I see what you're saying."
Bro,
The, the, the
you know
year
what
and a
turned
half.
me? You know what turned me? Okay, like Tyler used to say that shit to me all the time, and I was like, bruh, I don't agree. I think that shit is stupid. That's the first time I ever heard that, right? I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god, this motherfucker. And then all of a sudden, like I'm at work one day, and I was talking, like, they were talking about, like, a shooting that happened or something like that. And I was like, well, like, the theory of why we have, like, constitutional carry in Tennessee is that, like, if you are in a place, like a public place, and somebody starts shooting, there's going to be other people around that can shoot back. If everyone's packing, everyone is safe. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, who are you to tell people that they can have a gun? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody needs a gun. I was like, oh my God. And it was like a bunch of grown-ass women, older than me, screaming at me, literally screaming. And then I literally got on my phone, messaged Tyler, and I said, you know what? I'm on board. Repeal the 19th.
You said hashtag repeal the 19th.
Crazy. Let's go.
So when guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns. If you ban guns from decent, moral people, all you're doing is subjecting them to the guns that are going to be held by criminals who don't give a shit about the law.
Yeah. Right? That's what happened in Mexico.
So you can't do that. Actually, I grew up kind of in like a degenerate type environment, I'll say. And everybody having guns on each other, it sounds crazy and chaotic, but when you know that everybody's packing and literally won't hesitate to blow your head off, it actually brings about a level of fucking civility. It's more civil because it's like, bro, don't disrespect anybody because he might pull the gun out on you and blow your head off if you had him the wrong day, caught him on the wrong side of the bed. Like, don't do that. And it sounds crazy, but it's self-regulating, in some senses.
Yeah, and it's also too. It's like these leftists, they live in this like utopian fantasy where it's like, okay, so I used to think this way too. It's like guns. So they'll think like, okay, guns shouldn't exist, right? Like the ability to push a button and end somebody's life, right, shouldn't exist. Which is like, it's like, okay. In some senses,
I already see where you're going. Yeah.
In some senses, it's true. But they do exist, so we're not living in fucking fantasy island, right? It's like, therefore, they do exist. So
well, ask them if they feel that way about abortions. You just push a button for an abortion and end a life.
What
does the same way?
Utopia translate to?
Right.
What does utopia translate to?
A paradise that you can't reach?
No.
Yeah.
It translates to nowhere.
Paradise.
It's nowhere. It's nowhere.
That's it doesn't exist is what you're saying?
It's like it's a place that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like
it's an
so
ideal,
ridiculous.
It's not a real.
Yeah, there are utopias, like literally they're leading everybody to this utopia that's nowhere.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
We live in a dystopia, if anything.
This utopia is exists. It's
It's not that bad. At least we're not full feudalism.
Not yet.
Yeah,
it's not bad because everyone's
towards communism.
At the end of the day, we all still pretty much have the ability to choose a lot of things. Bottom line, we do.
Exactly.
But I think it's different levels for everyone. Like for me, I'm just at the end with it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. But that's probably because I experienced socialism in real time versus you guys not really experiencing it. So it's completely different. It's just different. It depends on where you live, your city, your state.
You talking about Japan?
Me, I'm just like I'm all in. With it
Are you
now.
still in Japan, Suni?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's socialist over there. It's socialist outright.
Well, the military in general is socialism.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right, like the whole, like my son's father was like in the VA or whatever, like he was a wounded veteran, but like we went to the hospital one time, we went to the ER and waited 10 hours. Socialized medicine is not based on
It sucks.
Yeah, Suni was just talking about this before. And
ever.
it's pretty egregious that a veteran or active member of their family can't get basic medical care like an MRI that Suni needs, while trans people are being transitioned by the government. They're paying for them to transition. That's an optional surgery. That's not a medical necessity.
That's why they're joining the military.
I don't believe in taxpayer money paying for optional therapy.
Can we acknowledge how much of an amazing depopulation agenda we're watching? Like they're literally castrating children. They're giving them. People things. No, castrating them, like promoting castration for children. They're
turning men into women, women into
them.
men.
Yeah, like how amazing! How
making
amazing
everybody gay.
Well done. It's so good. Like
It is well done. I give him a lot of credit, but guess what?
It's so well done.
Yeah,
it's
and
You
like,
made Frankenstein's monster, man. I'm coming for y'all. This ragtag group of people out here. We're gonna stop you guys. Mark my words, or I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying.
You know what else
hold
is
on.
really
Let me
amazing,
make
Suni? Isn't it true that like in Japan they're facing like a depopulation to the point that they're actually paying women to have
Dude, we're
babies?
facing that everywhere right
Lots of
now.
countries are doing
United
that.
States,
Yeah.
everywhere. We're not pre-producing at a rate that's going to sustain the population. We're not facing overpopulation. It's population collapse if this keeps going.
So I wanted to make a
Like
point on what.
people are living longer. Like I was in a debate the other day and somebody was like, "Oh, well, the populate like we need to make sure that we don't overpopulate." And I'm like, "Bro, birth rates are down."
That's a
And they're
myth.
like,
That's a
"No,
total
they're
myth.
not." And I'm like, "No, people are living
Okay,
longer, but we aren't producing more children. What the fuck are you talking about?"
Go ahead, Pack.
okay. I just want to make a point on what propaganda said and like what everyone was saying. So basically, like, yeah, we are watching the greatest population collapse or like decrease like in history right now, and what's going on is
Yeah.
like literally like at the forefront of it is we're on it right now. Like this app
Yeah.
that we're on is a tool. This is
Oh, yeah.
psychological warfare by
This is the first.
by the CCP. Like it's basically the fucking U.S. version of TikTok, right? In China they have Douyin, right? And Douyin
Yeah.
in China is not like American TikTok. They don't allow the degeneracy that we
Yeah,
have
they
going
promote
on.
smarts, intelligence
Yeah.
on there.
Exactly. It's all entertainment, educational, lighthearted, funny, good content, right? Over here we have like twerking, sex work, we have fucking, to be
Everything
non-binary
that's not intelligent.
gender. Yeah, and then
everything is.
but if you speak the hard truth, if you go and you speak a fucking harsh truth and you wake a lot of people up, you're gonna get your video removed. You're gonna get censored. You're gonna get removed for hate speech or
Bro,
something because they censor conservative voices, but leftist degeneracy is allowed to run rampant on this fucking app because they're trying to destroy us from the inside out. They want us to be fucking sterile, infertile. It's fucking psychological warfare, and they're winning right now.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I used to make like conservative content or like, independent content or whatever. Now I make thirst traps because that's the only way I can't get banned.
amazing. Wow.
Seriously, you have to
I'm
do
gonna have
this
to
sort
check those
of
out.
like trolling sort of stuff.
Let's see what
Like
you
I
working
want to
with.
talk about things,
I'll be the judge of
but
that.
you have to make stuff for peasants. Like you have to make trash to get their attention. Like you have to talk about stupid shit. Like that's the only way you'll get
So,
attention.
guys,
It's
this is
so
the best.
annoying.
My dad used to always. My dad's the best business dude I've ever seen. Self-made, went from nothing to, like, most successful dude I know. And he was always cautioning me because I was like a big rebel. And he was like, "Son, sometimes you got to play the game with the rules as they are when you join, in order to earn a seat at the table where you can start changing them."
Mm-hmm.
That's what we
It's
got
so
to do.
hard to do, man.
It is so hard to
Yeah.
do, but
It's
that's
so
our
hard to do.
only. That's our way forward. I learned by bumping my head against the wall, like rebelling in every way. That, like, no one's gonna take you seriously if you
It's
don't
true,
play into
though.
the system.
I've
Yeah.
At
noticed
some
now that
level.
I talk more about like I don't enjoy talking about celebrity. I think that's the dumbest stuff ever to
Mm-hmm.
be talking about. But when I talk about Andrew Tate or I talk about Beyonce and all those people, I get thousands of views with people watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember hitting Layla up. I'm like, hey, look, I need to figure out this whole propaganda thing because it's not working. Just sitting here
It
talking logic
doesn't.
doesn't
It
work.
doesn't. They don't even. They can't even conceptualize. Like they don't have a framework to understand what your words mean. That's how stupid they are. Just
Well,
like,
that's
just
because
like.
they're literally being so I want everybody like if you guys want to understand what's going on, there's this really great video. It's called it's by After School. They do like these like cool little educational videos with like whiteboard drawings and whatnot. It's called it's a search on YouTube and it's called After School Mass. You can type in After School Mass Psychosis and it's called
Mm-hmm.
Math. It's the video's called Mass Psychosis: How an Entire
Mm-hmm.
Population Becomes Mentally Ill. And that's
Yeah.
what's going on right now, is that
Yeah. I did a video on
these
that.
people are
Yeah.
literally this is the same exact shit that happened in Nazi Germany, right? These people
Yep.
have gone mad, and it's a faux moral superiority, right? So they believe that they're acting in good, they believe that they're doing it in the greater good, right? But they're actually corrupted by evil, and it's
Mm-hmm.
fucking crazy.
And they
You
come
could
after
see
people like us who are not really doing anything harmful to anybody.
you could see it
What'd
in
you
their
say the
fucking
video was called? What was the
It's
video
called
called
Mass
again?
Psychosis: How an Entire Population Becomes Mentally Ill. And
Okay.
it explains literally eloquently as to what the fuck's going on right now in society, and literally it's just eye-opening. Basically, it's an epidemic of mental illness. It's people all around the world being misled and misguided to basically view this world as sick and fucked up. And when you view the world that way, that's the way the world is to you, and that's the way the world becomes to you, and that's the way the world becomes to everybody, right?
That's the world you
So
manifest. You manifest that
yes,
world from there. Yep.
yes.
Great point,
I'm
man.
So
gonna follow them.
like what the video says is like the solutions to it is essentially to save yourself,
Ridicule it.
focus on yourself.
Ridicule it.
Yes, ridicule it. It says laugh in its face, mock, ridicule the demagogue, and then it says also to create parallel structures, basically to not be fucking trapped in their system, to go and create your like like Daily Wire or
Dude,
like
this is what Layla
fucking
and I are
Tim
always
Cat.
strategizing about. We're always talking
Yeah.
about. I have a couple other friends that I'm like slowly doing things with too, but that's exactly what we need to
You
be doing.
guys we gotta make a Discord channel. I think groups of people like this that understand what we're fighting, right? Those should be the people that are coming together and producing content. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro,
Exactly.
Amen.
the conservative movement is boring. They talk about the same stuff. I'm
That's
sick
what
of
I'm
hearing about
saying.
Trump. I'm tired of talking about that stuff.
Bro,
Yeah.
like literally on Tyler's Discord, yeah, there's a lot of drama on there, but like it's so diverse, like because we have everybody from every walk of life on there. It's crazy. It's really interesting because everybody's in the VC chat all the fucking time
That's what I'm
and like
saying.
fighting
Yeah.
with each other. Like it's hardcore, and he has like no rules except for the rules that Sunni breaks. But anyway.
Well, hey,
Enough.
Suni, I already got the skeleton for Discord. I had a somewhat successful one like last year, and then it just burned out, so I stopped maintaining it. But if you want to help me and like brainstorm with this, we could just use that so we don't have to do all the
Oh, for
painful part
sure,
of
man.
building that BS
For
stuff, and
sure.
then we'll set it up
I
right.
feel so dumb doing these videos, but people watch it. And I'm like, yo, this is the dumbest video I've ever made. Like, this is so
But
It's
stupid.
it's a
okay. It's
culture
okay.
war.
I
Exactly.
made a thirst trap. Oh wait, you laughed at it, Suni.
I
You
seen
saw
it.
it
I
on
was cracking
Insta.
up. Like, what are
The
you
thirst
doing?
trap where I was like, I did a trend, and I was like, it was like some kind of music. I forgot what it was. And it's like whenever he's hot, and then like the music drops, and then it says "and pro life," and I like had to look on. It was weird, but like
I see what you're doing there. Nice. That's what you got to do. Layla knows all about the. You got to use their tactics. You got to play their game. They know it masterfully. That's why I was saying I give Democrats probably
Well,
more
that's
respect than I do
dude.
Republicans because at least they know how to
That's
be efficient and like rally people to do shit.
No,
Republicans
you
what
don't
know
do
it
that
shit.
is they don't
you know that's not a
care.
bad tactic.
They're whores. They don't care. They'll do whatever you say, whatever will achieve the goal, they'll do it. With
Yeah.
the other people, oh, we won't do that. Oh, we
bro,
won't
but
say
Then
I
you're
that.
gonna
will say,
lose. You're gonna
I
lose
will
Mm.
say,
hard then.
I got a lot of comments
Unicorns.
on there. I got a lot of comments on that video of guys that were like, I was pro-choice, but now I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
pro-life
dude,
now.
that will
Like,
bring people around, especially men, thirsty
Hey,
men.
unicorns. That's not a bad idea because fucking like I swear there's a lot of these pro-choice dudes. Okay, so I mean a lot of these like pro-abortion dudes, right, or the fucking modern feminist dudes are literally doing it for the pussy. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
bro.
Like
Let's just say it. Let's
they're
but
call it
they
how it
ain't
is.
even
Or
getting
they
it
have a ton
though.
of bodies.
no.
Or they have a ton of bodies themselves. So
And they
it's
need
the
to get some
same.
abortions. Yeah, they
Yeah,
gotta
it's the
hedge their
same.
I
bets.
Like they don't want to admit it, sort of thing.
see, and like that's the thing though. Like I've dated a few like men that are like okay, my ex, and I've been made fun of this, like made fun of for this so many times. My ex was like he was 19 whenever we got together, and I was 26, which is horrible. I didn't know he was.
What the?
I didn't know that he was 19. The only way I knew is that we
Cradle
went.
robber.
I
No,
was just about
look,
to say
okay,
that.
look.
Were you his sugar mama? Were
We
you
met at
supporting him?
work.
Were you supporting him financially?
No,
Were you his
no,
sugar mama?
no, no. He made more money than I did.
Oh, well,
He was
that's
Did
a
you pick him up from
trainer.
hockey practice?
Shut up. Okay, look. No, he was a Twitch streamer. But like he
Oh.
also worked like we worked at the same place. He was a mechanic, and then like he he did Twitch streaming. I didn't even know that he was a Twitch streamer. I'm not gonna say his name on here, but like he enjoyed his privacy. He never showed his face on Twitch stream, but like he is a gamer, and I didn't know until we actually moved in with each other and I was like watching his Twitch stream, and then I heard his voice, and I was like, hold on, that sounds like. And then I went into the YouTube room, and I was like, oh my God. And he like turned off the Twitch stream real quick, and he's like, listen, okay? Like, this is my personal business.
Bro,
Like,
I bet that turns you on so much. You're like, holy shit, I
it
got an
did.
alpha under my
I
system. I didn't even
watched
know
him
it.
all the time. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah,
But like,
that's a smart play by him.
yeah. Well, so like, anyway, he was actually kind of like, you know, like not venomous or whatever, but like
All video game players kind of
offensive.
are. So yeah, I know the type. I know what you mean.
But like, whenever Roe v. Wade was overturned, we're not friends on Facebook anymore. Like our relationship was bad or whatever. Like, because he never asserted his dominance at all. Like, he was just so it was annoying. He would
He
bitch and complain and cry and all that shit.
he never
Like,
got tall enough to ride the big rides at
major
Disney
emotion.
World.
Okay, so like anyway, he like, I don't know, man. Like, he made a post on Facebook, and he was like, who is a man to tell a woman what she could do with her own body? And I'm like, that's why you're not getting pussy, bro. Like, that's
Yeah,
why.
for real. You women need to tell these men bluntly, straight up, these truths. It's only doing them a disservice if you don't shoot them straight like this. And guess what? It's actually going to be in your or your daughter's or whoever's best interest as well. Women have knee-jerk reactions to this kind of thing because they've been programmed that way. But deep down inside, like, I've said this before, and I was half kidding, but not really. I'd sooner err on a woman considering me a toxic man before she thought of me as a beta, because at least she still might fuck me. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's a fact, young men. I'm going by real world proven experience with myself and many other men that I would believe and consider high value. So, you know, call it what you will, but how many women have fucked an asshole and they're like, I don't know why I did it, but I fucked him. He's such an asshole. How many women you see fucking passionately having sex with a beta male? They might have sex with him to appease him or to get something out of him, but it's never like animalistic. Like, they'll make rules for betas, they'll break rules for alphas.
What happened to Suni?
They keep kicking her because she's too real. She black.
I swear.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah, nice. I'll tell you what, this little corner of the internet, we're gonna change TikTok over here. One conversation at a time, people.
TikTok's
But
not
like,
ready for it.
basically, like, I don't understand this phenomenon take of like males acting that way. I really feel like it is kind of like a population control, right? So
This
like,
definitely
they
is.
are kind of making it to where the weaker like men are, I guess, like, becoming more
Influential.
not necessarily influential. I think that what it is that, like, you know, they're not, like, people aren't having the urge to have children, right? Instead, they have like their fur babies and shit like that. They're not
They're
doing
career
the same.
woman.
I don't
Yeah,
need
the
no man.
career woman.
I don't need no man.
Yeah, strong,
Yeah,
independent women don't need no man. When they
And
do
guess
find
what?
a
and you
No
know,
man
like, they
needs
put
you
up
either. No
man,
man
posters.
needs you either. Buy a dog
when
and
they
die
do
alone.
find a
You realize that even
when they
like
do
in
find a
New
man,
York,
it's a
they
submissive
literally
man.
have literally in New York, they put up posters of like pictures of children that says just have one.
Bro, that's
And
that's
I'm
an
like,
agenda. It's not
yeah, and
again.
like New York subway systems, bro. And I'm like, no, give me 4, motherfucker. Like, pump
Hell
me
yeah,
up.
girl, good for you. The
You know where they
overpopulation
did
myth
that
is an
too?
agenda by the New World Order, one world globalist government religion they're trying to bring it. It's
You know where they
nonsense.
did
And if you look
that
at the
and
stats,
where
the
it
trajectory is
failed?
population collapse, not
China.
overpopulation.
China's one-child policy is a failure, and it's leading to its demographic collapse
It's
inevitably.
better to follow whatever China does, because it's not like they killed like millions and millions of people with their like bad
Yeah,
policies.
right.
Well,
Like
look,
40
China's an
million people
interesting
died
player in the game.
underground.
So from what I
Just like,
understand,
oopsie.
China was the
Bro,
so
I
is
was LARPing. Sorry, continue.
no, go ahead, go ahead. I'd rather hear about a LARP any day.
Okay, so I was LARPing on someone's live the other day, like a pro choice live, and I got in and I was like, so my position is that, like, I think that we should just limit how many children are born each year. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, like that's what I think. I think that we should just limit how many children are born. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because of resources. By the year 2020 or like 2060, there won't be enough resources for everybody. And they're like, we live in America with the most resources ever. And I'm like, but like, isn't that part of the reason that like people get abortions because they don't have like enough
I see what
money
you're
to take
doing
care of
there.
their?
I love that. You're
And they're
shooting your
My
like,
man.
favorite
no,
thing,
They
no,
have no
that's not.
idea. They have no
And
idea
then
that's
and
what they already believe in.
well,
their argument
then I
is
told them I
totally eugenics based. It's
well
100%
yeah,
Mhm.
eugenics based argument.
so like I told them, well, it's better than my old position. And they were like, what's your old position? And I'm like, I believe that every child should be born, right? But then like as they get older, we need to decide whether or not they're going to be productive members of society, and then like
Cast
do
them
an
out of
assisted
society. Yeah.
unalive.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, that's
You're off the island.
genocide. I was like, how is that genocide? That's literally eugenics. And I said, but wasn't Margaret Sanger a eugenics?
Yeah, Planned
And they're
Parenthood was
like, that's
founded by the.
irrelevant. That's irrelevant. And
No,
I'm
it's
like,
not.
no, it's
It's the
not.
most relevant factor of the
Relevant.
conversation. It is the most relevant factor in the conversation.
They literally we argued for an hour, and then finally they looked at my thing and they were like, you're pro-life. And I was like, yeah, I am. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
like, yeah.
dumbasses, I've been trolling you this whole time, and that's how dense you are. Get a
And the
clue,
thing is, I
people.
had more coins than both of those motherfuckers combined. It's
I bet
so
you
funny.
did. I can already see your reasoning like from here, and it's pretty clever what you're doing there. Actually, I've been
I
saying
LARP a lot better than I debate. It's pretty
nice.
crazy.
Well, that's a good way to go. So I've been saying, believe it or not, I'm actually pro-choice. I believe in a woman's right to choose, and it begins and ends with spreading her legs to a man. That's when
Oh,
your
you know
choice
what
is
my
over.
favorite LARP is? You
You
know what
can't
my
have sex
favorite
and then
LARP
kill
is?
the baby.
My
Go on,
favorite
tell me.
LARP is whenever people talk about like like, oh, we need to tax the rich. And I'm like, you know what? I totally agree with you. I think we should tax the rich. And they're like, yeah, girl, go. And I'm like, so how much of your income do you think you should give up? And they're like, whoa, hold up, I'm not rich. I'm talking about the 1%. And I'm like,
I see where you're going.
technically in
You're
the
very
world,
rich.
if you make more than $15,000 a year, which is like the average on what people make all over the
Mm-hmm.
world, you are the 1%. So how much money do you think
Yep.
should be taken out? Like, people in
And then
America
when you
should be
consider in
taxed,
history,
and
throughout
we
all
should
of
give the
history,
money to the rest of the world, bro. And they're like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. And I'm like,
then
but
which
it is
1%
what
are
you're
you
talking
talking
about.
about? Then which 1% are you talking
Right?
about?
And they're like, no, I'm not rich. And I said, you're rich compared to other people, bro.
Not
So
only
I
just to
suggest
the other
you give
world,
up your money.
it's not just to the rest of the world right now, it's throughout all of history. America has produced exponentially more wealth in the past 50 to 100 years than any nation, some of them combined, throughout all of history.
Combined. Like,
Many of them
all
combined,
of them.
Yeah.
Like,
I love when they say
it's just
combined.
funny.
It's like the best.
It's just so funny to me that these people act that way, and they're like, oh, but I'm not rich. And I'm like, bitch, you are rich compared. Like, we literally live in one of the most luxurious places in the world. Are you fucking with me?
Mm-hmm.
You're
You want to
so rich, you don't
complain?
even know. Like, what's
There's still motherfuckers that sit on like mud couches. You fucking with me for
they
real?
say they're poor and they live in air conditioning with plumbing.
No.
Exactly.
It's like, man, you don't know what poor is.
Exactly. Like, poor is like living on the street. I consider that to be poor. That's homeless.
I was
Okay.
homeless at one point, and that is poor. You're right. When you can't even escape a freaking scalding hot summer, like to save your life, yeah, that's pretty miserable. Can't even get a glass of water from somewhere. So yeah, there's different scopes. If you have money, if you're living inside in a first world country like America, you're pretty well off, and you'd be pretty naive to argue anything else.
Like, bro, I struggle sometimes,
Yeah.
but I ain't struggling like other people. I know I have it good compared to others.
Man was walking with no shoes and feeling sorry for himself till he came across a man with no legs.
Straight up facts. All right. Well, look,
Yo,
I
I'm gonna get
think we
on
need
here.
to,
It
like,
was a
people
good
need to
conversation.
call.
Sorry. What was your question? I'm sorry. I'll stay. What's up?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I think people need to start like really calling things out instead of like debating with people about things. Just like turn the mirror on them and be like, look, I get your argument. It was a eugenics argument. Plain and
yes.
simple.
Call it for what it is.
Cut it to the chase. Cut to the chase. You're a eugenicist. You think that this and this and this. Like, and then they don't really have a rebuttal to that. They don't
But
have
that's
anything
too
to say because
much
they
for men.
haven't. I know it's overwhelming mentally, but that's what the argument should be. That's what the conversation should be, not this back and forth, da 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 da. Like,
Yeah, don't debate them in good faith.
I'm
Is what
saying,
she's
what I'm
saying.
saying
Don't
is
debate
that's
them
too
in good faith.
simplistic.
They're
That's
not
too,
coming in good faith. They're coming with emotions and
that's too simplistic. That's too sim-
Too
That's too
simplistic.
simplistic for mental gymnasts. You know what I mean?
Well, then
All they're
fuck
gonna
them,
do
bro.
is
Pardon
they're
my
gonna
French, but
But
spew
that's
a
fuck
what you
them.
have
paragraph.
to do. You have to make it
No,
painfully
that's
simple.
exactly
Your
how I.
eugenics
That's how
agree
I
with
am
that.
too.
Like that's it.
Their entire
Yeah.
premise is utilitarian,
Yeah.
right? It's devoid of fucking the sanctity of life and like the fucking intrinsic value and the fucking nature of life. It's like that's it. But
And
they
then they
can't
get
do that. Is
upset
that
about it because they're like, no,
they
I'm
can't
not.
consolidate their
It's
fucking
yes,
points.
you are.
So guys, here's what you got to do.
When
You
you're a
got to
mental
No, they
go in.
gymnast,
can't. They can't.
what
Here's the best strategy, man. You have to engage everybody in your life. Within the first question, I like to give them 2 questions just to make sure that my radar's right. Determine if somebody is greeting you in good faith or bad. And that's very easy to do just by asking a simple question up front. Do they insult me? Do they ad hominem me? Or do they actually respond to my question with respect? If they don't, give them maybe one more chance just to prove. And then once they prove they're a real character, your best bet online right now is to make it a viral moment, punk them, have fun with it so that you can promote it
Yeah.
and spread it far and wide and help change the cause, even if they don't want to change.
Facts.
They're
All
trying
right,
to
I'm gonna roll
escape
off.
the
But
reality.
it
Yeah. It
it
was
was
good
a good
talking to you.
Yeah,
conversation.
I'm
Bye,
going to
you
call it
guys.
too,
I
guys.
followed everybody. I'm just letting y'all know.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I
Unicorns
followed
can't
everybody as
die,
well. It was
folks. You
great
heard it
talking to you
here
guys.
first. Unicorns
Stay
can't die.
blessed.
You heard it here first. Pack, I followed you, man. A great
Stay
convo. We'll
blessed,
have to do it
guys.
again soon.
Well, yeah, great chat with you, brother. Peace
Talk
out,
to you soon,
guys.
man. Alpha male. And then there were
Yep.
2.
Okay.
And then there was 1. All right, people. So if you've been with us this whole time, we really appreciate you. I see a lot of our IG family in here. Great to see you still. Rain, Josh, Straightport, all my people. And I might not be recognizing. Yeah, this was the coming out night. We're taking over TikTok, folks. So make sure you follow. Common Sense Culture. We out of here.